connecting your brain and body with interactive games and tests. Why is there no physical activity in today's health physical? Trazer is an holistic technology used to rehabilitate, prevent falls, and improve sport performance. Trazer reports provide you, your clinician, your physical therapist, or athletic trainer objective data to make decisions on your health and performance over time. Measure what matters to change your game. Take the Trazer Challenge. Confidence, growth, connected by Trazer.
At Fusion Sport, we're all about driving human performance. We develop and support a range of technologies all designed to assist people to be their best. SmarterBase is used by hundreds of elite sporting organisations across the globe, and more recently has been used by the military and performing arts as well.
Our SmarterBase technology has at the heart of it an integrated and connected philosophy. What's different about SmarterBase is that it's truly flexible and self-engineerable. That really puts the power into our customers' hands, and it allows them to use it in unique ways that perhaps we haven't even thought of.
We don't tell the rest of the field, but here comes Jemmy Stone.
What's going on, everybody? Your man Eric Wilson here for the Sports Arena. And as you can see, I am in a specific kind of gear tonight. That is because I know it is truly about to go down. As I've been talking about all day today, Michael Carrottenuto, Believe in the Pac-12 podcast, and of course, our man John Scheer from Sideline Sports Network have been having such a spirited, just banter back and forth about the Buffalo Bills and the Miami Dolphins, that since we're going to break down the AFC East tonight and give you our prediction, I thought it was only fitting that I come correct and actually be prepared for this. Now, before I get to all that, please allow me to introduce everybody into the show this evening. Of course, first starting off, our girl from the Sip-Off, 806 Sports, the one and only Miss Megan Price. Megan,
Hi.
What's going on? How are you?
I'm doing really well. How are you?
I'm well. I want to say this in advance, Megan. Thank you for being here tonight. I'm not sure how much airtime we're going to get tonight with the rest of these boys, but I'm going to make sure that we do right by you. All right? Fair enough?
Very good. I know I'm going to get my time on the NFC East. It's okay.
Yes, you will. Definitely. So next up, my man, every Tuesday night, 8:30 on Facebook Live and also on YouTube. This is my man from the Say What, Say It Again Sports Talk Show, Mr. Ty Ray's in the building. What's going on?
What's up, man? Woo! Busy weekend, man. That's all I'm gonna say.
Oh, I'm sure. I've seen you all over the place.
I made it to the finals on the battleground. You know what I'm saying? Made championship, baby.
Congratulations, my brother. I'm looking forward to seeing that round. I'm seeing you take the boy down, man. So let me get him in here. one half of, I guess, the main event, if you will, tonight here on the Sports Arena. As I said, Believe in the Pac-12 podcast. Mr. Michael Caratanudo is in the building. Mike, what's going on, man? And he's already muted. I don't know. Your AirPod must not be working.
You got me now?
There he is. I got you, brother.
Yeah, I'm unmuted. Yeah, I mean, it's not, I don't know why it's spirited. It's the Bills division. It's that simple. It's like apple pie. Like, it's their division. The Dolphins are going to come close to them. I'm sorry.
If you say so. But let me go ahead and get your opponent here for tonight. Sideline Sports Network and Miami Dolphins own Mr. John Shear. John, good evening, sir. How are you?
Finally, I'm here. I'm ready to defend the Dolphins, potentially adding another piece tonight to, obviously being the best team in the division. So we'll just, we'll touch on that in a moment. It's all right. All good.
All right. Fair enough. And last but not least, he is making his way to be joining us, but I believe we have him on audio. So let me see if I can get him in here. Mr. Alex Fleming. Alex, are you there, sir?
I'm right here. Two things.
Sure.
I'll be in the background, but number one, if you clowns got something to say about the show and then don't show up, shut the hell up. Watch your pie hole. Number two, I have nothing to say about some of the content that you are going to hear tonight. You're going to hear some ridiculousness on a new level. You've been warned.
Fair enough, brother. Hey, I'm going to get your thoughts here in a minute. I'm going to bring you back in, all right?
All right.
I make a motion that we skip the Jets and just
Hey!
Sorry, Mama Caratanudo. Sorry.
Because I have a special request from Mama Caratanudo that we have to take care of the Jets first. Once we take care of the Jets, then we can go on and do our thing. So here's the schedule as it breaks down for the New York Jets. As you see, I'm looking at this schedule and I'm like, how is it that the Jets got 6 home games and then follow it up with 6 away games? I mean, who put this schedule together? I was like, wow. So Miss Megan Price, 806 in the sip-off, please talk to me about the Jets, because you were the one who has coined the phrase, Jets are going to do Jet things. So talk to me about that, Miss Megan Price.
I do think that they made some improvements with their draft. Now, I know everybody thought that they were going to have Sam Darnold. Everyone thought I was crazy when I said, no, Sam Darnold won't be there. And sure enough, or that they were going to draft a quarterback. And sure enough, Sam Darnold's not there. They drafted a quarterback. But in addition to that, they also drafted somebody to protect them. So while I don't have them having a winning season, I have them going 7-10. So which is a vast improvement over what they did last year. I do think they're going to lose to Carolina and New England the first couple of weeks, but I think the Jets are going to get better as the season goes on. So in the last half of the season, you're going to see more wins from them than losses.
Wow. And so, Megan, you're saying that based off the fact that, like I said, they have their home stretch in the beginning of the season. So you're saying that potentially this team is going to be better on the road the second half of the season than in the first half.
That's what I believe. And I think they're generally just going to improve because of their chemistry. They're going to get more time together. They're going to just kind of get their vibe together about what they've been missing over the last, well, I mean, I'm not even going to go into how long they've been bad. But, I think they're going to improve. They're not going to have a winning season. They're not there yet. They don't have enough pieces for that. But they've made some improvements and they're on the right road. And I really like their new coach.
All right. So, Mr. Tyree, since you don't want to talk about it for so long, sir, go ahead and give me your prediction. Speak on them for a few seconds, please.
I'm gonna say this. I was talking about this with one of the guys on my show. I didn't realize there was 4 teams in this division. I really thought it was just the Bills, the Dolphins. What was the other team? They're kind of forgettable too. Anyway,
are you talking about the 6-time champion Patriots?
Oh, the Patriots. My fault. I'm tripping. All right. Hey, look. You got it. Lord forgive me. Man, that schedule's tough. And then my man E say 6 home games. Yeah, them 6 home games is tough, man.
I'm not doubting that.
Exactly.
I'm just saying they got 6 home games. All right. And again,
but not
you
in a
look
row.
at it. Tennessee, Cincinnati, Miami, New Orleans, Tampa, and the Patriots. Cool. You've got 2 division games in there, which I think there's a possibility All right, let's not get it twisted here.
2-15. No, let's not waste no more time. 2-15.
Okay, Ty is saying
go to somebody else.
2-15. Fine, Mr. Fleming,
and that's being generous.
Always a pleasure, sir. Go ahead, please, real quick. Give me your assessment of the New York Jets.
6-11. They are gonna suck. I'm gonna go back on audio because I can't do video. But yeah, we're wasting our time talking about the Jets. They're not gonna make any move in the division. They're gonna start out bad. There's always been 4 teams, Tyree. I mean, but you're in the championship, so good for you. But yeah, we're wasting our time talking about the Jets. 6-11.
All right.
Hey, put some respect on my name, Alex.
We'll come back to Mr.
It's cool. You just forgot half the division. It's cool.
I mean, last year the half that division was forgettable. So I mean, you got to forgive me for that. But I'm just saying,
Mr. Shear, please, the New York Jets, sir, give me your assessment.
I think they'll get 4 wins. Like Megan said, they don't have a lot of pieces. I mean, they're starting to put it together a little bit. You know, they got Mekhi Becton. They got some young pieces, but this team is not even close. We don't know what Zach Wilson's going to be. A lot of people are out on him already. They think that, you know, he's a bust. He's undersized. Mom won't shut up, which, you know, in a place like New York, you don't want your mom running her mouth, you know, before the games even start. So on a team that has no weapons, basically. So, I mean, I'm going to be generous and give them 4. That's just me being nice because we're going to sit on top of the division. And I'll just hand them 4 wins, you know, because I'm a nice guy. That's all I got, 4 wins. There ain't much there with the Jets.
Mike, can you defend Mama Carrot Tenuto here, please, brother? What do you see with the Jets, for real?
They hired Robert Salah. Like, did the guy forget how to coach defense? The defense will be better. Zach Wilson, I could care less about anything said in the preseason. You know me, Eric. I could care less about that. It's all about once the games start, what they're doing, who's yapping now, this and that, yada, yada, yada. Their draft wasn't too bad. Yes, they did take Wilson. I would have stuck with Darnold and Kyle Pitts, as you know. But I love Robert Salah. I'm happy that he's gone from the NFC. So the Cowboys don't have to deal with it. That being said, the Jets' schedule, I mean, they'll beat the Dolphins twice. I know that. There's 2 of their wins. They'll beat the Dolphins twice.
Here we go.
But you know what? I'm going to say, because I do think that even if they split with the little fishies, and
didn't they almost beat you guys week 1?
If they split, almost doesn't count. See, so that being said, they can beat Atlanta because I mean, look, I know we'll get to that division, but if Julio's gone, Alex is going to have you bring Joe on just so he can laugh the whole time Joe talks because there's nothing you could say about Atlanta anymore. But I digress. I think they can beat Tennessee. Denver, most definitely. We'll see. I mean, New England, having them early in the season, even though I know guys are back, that's the best time to get New England. But I'm gonna you know what? I'm gonna be optimistic, and I'm gonna say they are gonna finish last. But I will give them. I say they earn, not give. They earn. Well, I mean, they're going to be Houston. Houston's not winning the game. I already said it. Houston will not win a game. So I feel good about that. But I'll say they go. I'm going to kick myself for this. I say they go 6-11.
Dang, I went better on the Jets than you.
You went 7-10.
I did.
She went 7-10.
All right, you know what? Change mine to 7-10 too.
That's why Julio Jones doesn't want to go to Dallas.
I don't care if Julio Jones wants to go to Dallas. We don't need Julio Jones in Dallas.
Well, he don't want to go there.
Listen,
I don't care.
Wins, he said.
Okay, I'm gonna blow the whistle.
I don't care.
This is the AFC East, not the NFC East. So
Right.
let me go ahead and get my pick out the way so we can move on. All right.
17-0.
No. When I look at this schedule, it is one of those that truly has me confused based on, like I said, you get 6 home games and then you get 6 road games. So it's like, how are the Jets really supposed to, you're supposed to feed on the crowd. And in the beginning of the season, and actually, let me stop because I'm looking at the schedule wrong.
The wrong way. That's what I try to tell you.
I am. I'm looking at the schedule wrong. Thank you, Michael. I need to get new contacts. Put my glasses on or something. So,
first of all, they sponsored by JetBlue. That's why I know it's over. No disrespect to JetBlue.
Green. Oh man, that makes me throw
no disrespect to JetBlue if you're out there watching. I'm just saying.
Ty, you're never gonna get your luggage delivered again.
I never got it delivered in the first place. That's what I'm saying.
All right, I'm gonna go 5-12, and we're gonna keep it moving. How about that? 5-12 for the Jets with Robert Salah. I really think he's gonna get that defense where we need them to be, but I'll say 5-12. Let's move on now to still led by Bill Belichick, the New England Patriots. So now when we look at this schedule, Cam Newton, I think, is going to be better this year. I mean, of course, last year he had COVID. You had a bunch of guys who opted not to play due to the fact that some just did not want to take that risk. Others were like, no, we're sitting out this season. But now you've got all the pieces back. Plus, you done spent $195 million in the offseason. Like, apparently Bill Belichick had the winning Powerball numbers and decided to take that money and say, okay, let's put it back into the organization and get us what we need. So when I look at this, and I'm going to go back to our girl, Miss Megan Price, and say to you, Megan, when you look at New England, not only what stands out to you, but more importantly, what do you think is going to happen given that Cam Newton and even potentially their new rookie quarterback, Mac Jones, we may see him start? I don't know. But I'll save that question for later. What do you think about New England, Megan?
I really think Cam's going to improve from last season. Obviously, he had a really bad case of COVID, but I don't see them. I see them being above 500 at 9-8. But I don't see them being much better than that. Last year was just really bad. But I want to talk about week 7 when they play the Jets. I think that's a win, but I think it's questionable because I think the Jets are going to get better on the road. And then the Carolina, going back home for Cam Newton to go play the Carolina team, I've got that as a win, but it's a possible. So those two games right there. And then actually even the number 8, week 8 against the Chargers, I have that as a loss, but I think they're kind of same caliber teams at the moment.
Okay.
Is that the same Chargers team that they beat 45-0 last year in the same stadium?
It's not the same team, though.
On the field?
Okay.
Or was he injured?
Okay. Beat him 45-0.
His lung was collapsed.
Okay.
John Scherer, you seem to have a lot of firsthand knowledge with this, my brother. So I'm going to go right back to you then. Talk to me about the Patriots this year, sir.
Yeah, just looking at that schedule. That's a weak schedule that they have. I can see them winning 8 games, to be honest. That's not a hard schedule. They get the Texans. They get a lot of easy teams. The Jets twice. They should win 8 games. I mean, Jets, they're going to get that New Orleans game. Houston, easy. Dallas, that's super easy. Jets, Chargers. Yeah, look at that. Then you got, you'll get Tennessee. Then you'll go down and they'll lose a bunch, and then they'll get Jacksonville at the end. So they'll go 8-9 there. They won't make the playoffs, but because of their schedule being so weak, they'll end up sliding into 8 wins.
So you're saying they'll go 8 and 9.
Yeah. They're not a great team, but
all right. Let me get Mr. Fleming in here. He is joining us, like I said, via audio. Mr. Fleming, sir, give me your thoughts on New England.
People seem to forget that they got the best coach in the NFL in Bill Belichick. Oh, and guys, newsflash, they had the most people copped out due to COVID-19. They get a lot of their defense back. Imagine the difference that team makes if you got a Dante Hightower. They get to replace Chung. Ossie's in his second year at tight end. And Julio, of all people, wants to play with Cam Newton because, he wants to get the hell out of ATL. Should be a lot more people doing that. When you look at that schedule, the Jets are bums. They got the AFC South. I actually think they can steal one from Tennessee. I agree with Mr. Scheer. Dallas isn't nothing to be scared of. That defense is Swiss cheese. Carolina, Cam Newton going back to Carolina. Hey, I wouldn't put anything past that game. That's some revenge right there. And, they're going to get swept by Buffalo, and they might get swept by Miami. I see that maybe being a possible split. But I agree. They hover around 500, 8-9, 9-8. Sake of purposes, I'll go 8.
You go 8-9 for the sake of purposes. Tyree, say it again. Give it to me, brother.
Man, there's a lot of Cam slander going on.
Eight touchdowns, 10 picks. It's hard not to slander that.
Okay, yeah, sure, whatever. But like I was saying, first of all, I want to shout out my boy Anthony Brown, the Sip Off, man. They showed me a lot of love last week. I was on there. Matt Price is my peoples, you know what I mean? They're good folks. But I will say this. I got them 10-7, man. Looking at this schedule, this is how I look at it. Okay, I'm looking at it right now. Carolina. Oh, my fault. I'm looking at the wrong daggone schedule. Okay.
Oh, no. Just like Eric Wilson.
All right, there you go, right there. All right, Jets, that's a win. New Orleans, I think that's a toss-up. Houston win, that's 2. Dallas win, that's 3. Jets again, that's 4. Chargers, that's 5. Carolina, that's 6. Atlanta, that's 7. And then I think they can get Jacksonville and maybe Miami. I think that's 10. Between Miami and New Orleans, I think they'll win one. So I think that's 10.
Wow.
So you're going, Ty, you're going 10-7.
Yeah, because my thing is too, like Alex said, they had a lot of people opt out last year for COVID. They got a lot of those guys coming back. I like the weapons that they gave Cam. People say that Cam's not good, but who was he throwing the ball to last year? He didn't have the guy. Well, I forgot the guy's name, but he didn't have the guy that Tom Brady had the whole time when he was winning Super Bowls. And even when he was in Carolina, the best receiver he ever had was an older Steve Smith. You telling me that Kelvin Benjamin, the guy that's playing tight end right now, he's good? Y'all got to stop it, man. Y'all got to stop it.
Mr. Caratanudo, you've been shaking your head and patiently waiting for this one,
yeah,
sir.
He had Greg Olsen too. You're right. Yeah.
I know this is one of your favorite teams, so please, sir, the floor is yours.
Thank you. Because look, who do I despise more than Washington and Philly, or as much as Washington and Philly, Eric?
The New England Patriots.
Okay, thank you. Yes, thank you. Okay, look at first of all, you're right. I mean, as much as I hate to say it, they have Bill Belichick. And yes, Alex definitely got to, and Ty hit on it too. Obviously, all the players coming back, first of all. Secondly, I will say the stretch that is Murderer's Row in their schedule, Buffalo. Okay, granted, it's then a bye. Buffalo, Indy, Buffalo, and then you get, trash Jacksonville and barely mediocre Miami. But you sit there and you look at that schedule. Yeah, Houston's a win. I'm sick of hearing Dallas's defense is trash. It was trash, but everybody seems to think that they can coach better than Dan Quinn that's talking about Dallas. So we'll get to that when we get to the NFC East, because I'm guessing none of you can coach better than Dan Quinn. None of you know nothing about NFL defense, but that's okay.
We're going to go that route.
That being said, they beat the Dolphins. They beat the Jets. The Saints, I'm not betting against Sean Payton either, because I'm sorry. I know Drew Brees is gone in the defense, but Sean Payton's going to forget how to coach too, according to lots of people, which cracks me up. So I don't know about that. Tampa, obviously he'll want to blitz Tom Brady up the middle just to see Tom Brady cry every time he gets breathed on, because ask Terrell Suggs about that. So I will be actually hoping Tampa destroys them that week. The Chargers, 45-0. Not the same Chargers team. Again, we're not talking about last year. And yes, we have to see what these draft picks do. But the Chargers did beef up that offensive line. And Justin Herbert, I'm guessing, isn't really going to digress because he doesn't suck. So the Patriots, though, they should beat Tennessee. They should beat Atlanta. They will beat Atlanta. They should beat Tennessee. They will beat Atlanta. They will beat Houston. I say... the division again. I don't want. Belichick usually does school anybody that used to coach with him. So that's all I'm going to say about that. That's how I feel about Miami's chances to beat him. I'm actually going to go. I'm going to go 11-6. As much as I despise them, because I'm looking at the schedule, and yes, Carolina. I'm with you on that, Ty. There is no way that Cam Newton is not going to go there, and he'll let the defense do their job. He won't try and do too much, but he's gonna blow them up. But it will be a heck of a matchup with Sam Darnold. I say that. So, but that stretch of Buffalo, Indy, and Buffalo. But then they do get it light to close out the season, Jacksonville and Miami. So I'm going 11-7.
11-6.
And 11-6. Sorry, and I hate them. And I hate that team.
All right.
When's the last time they won in Miami?
Who cares? It's this season.
But you said they're going to win in Miami. All right, gotcha.
When's the last time Miami won the division?
We're talking about the Patriots winning in Miami.
Gentlemen,
you want to ask a question.
Gentlemen,
you want to ask a
we
question.
haven't got there yet.
Sorry, referee.
We're on our way.
Oh, remember, Stephon Gilmore's like a shell of his former self. Don't forget that.
We are almost there. Please give me time. Let me just go ahead and get this out and pay some bills, and then we're going to get to the two of you, all right? So when I look at this schedule, here is what I see. Again, Bill Belichick, I think the first two games, being at 100%, I think is going to make sure he sets the tone with this team and remind people who the Patriots are. Granted, it is without Tom Brady, but they're two divisional games. And I always say when it comes to divisional games, you throw the rule book out the window because anything and everything is possible. It's the first 2 weeks of the NFL, but they did have a preseason, okay? Granted, it's 3 games, not 4, but you're going to have a training camp. So you're going to have the opportunity to see that continuity that exists within the Patriots organization. Bill Belichick is very simple like this. Do your job. That's it. The man is simple. No more, no less. Come in, do what you got to do, make your money, go to hell home. I'll see you tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? So when I look at the rest of this schedule, the game that everybody talks about, but no one here has mentioned, is the game against Tampa Bay. Tom Brady is coming back to Gillette Stadium. Okay? He's coming back on Sunday Night Football to be one of 3 quarterbacks who can say they have beaten all 32 teams in the NFL. So you don't think that Bill Belichick is planning and scheming and plotting and doing whatever he needs to do to make sure that doesn't happen? Now, we'll still wait to see. After that, I'm going to say they string together 4 out of 5 wins between Houston, Dallas, the Jets, Chargers, and Carolina. They're going to pull 4 out of 5 wins. Sorry, Megan. They're just going to.
Dang.
Cleveland, I think, is going to be something that we are all going to want to watch. All right. I also feel like when I look at this game, because to me, that is the best coach going up against the up and coming in Baker Mayfield. And if Baker is at Baker level, even though Alex may feel he's irrelevant.
You give that bum too much credit.
I do. And maybe that is my curse, but I'm still going to say it. But then you've got Atlanta, which we know is going to be a win. But I think that might be a trap game because if New England, even though New England doesn't overlook games, if they overlook Atlanta, Matt Ryan might actually surprise them because, you know, he still has to deal with the fact that every time you play New England, what's the one thing Atlanta hears? 28-3.
28-3.
That's all they're going to hear. All right. So then you have Buffalo. And you're right, Mike, Buffalo, Indy, Buffalo, but there's a bye week in between. And I think that's going to give New England the opportunity to kind of figure themselves out. And then you finish the last 2 games, Jacksonville and Miami. Now, listen, I'm taking nothing away from Jacksonville. And the last week of divisional games, that to me is going to determine which team gets in between New England and Miami. Yes, I'm saying New England may actually slide in at a wild card. I actually have them going 10-7. And that last game against Miami, yes, it is in Miami, is going to be who gets into the postseason between those 2 teams. So I'm going.
Oh, so you're knocking us out already? I see how it is. No. Out already.
I'm not knocking you out, John. What I'm saying is you got to earn your spot into the postseason. That's what I'm saying.
Hey, Eric,
there is a chance.
Did you see too that their preseason schedule is Washington, Philly, and the Giants?
I did see that.
So they want to play the whole NFC East this year, 3 games that don't matter and 1 that does.
Well, you know what? They'll win those 3. Well, they'll lose those 3, and then they'll win the Dallas, and then they'll beat Dallas. It's all good. All right, listen, we're going to take a real quick break. When we come back, like I said earlier to start this show, Mike Caratanudo, John Shear, Buffalo, Miami. Ladies and gentlemen, this is going to be something to truly behold. As one of my former shows was aptly titled, we're going to take this to a whole nother level. More with the Sports Arena in just a moment.
Generations Physical Therapy has been the Tri-State's leader in physical therapy services for over 20 years. And now we have a convenient location right in the heart of the capital city of Charleston, just off I-64. With convenient parking and flexible hours, your access to physical therapy is second to none. Plus, Snap Fitness is also in sight with 2 floors of gym equipment and sports enhancement training through A-Game Sports Performance. So whether you're needing hands-on physical therapy or looking to get results in our gym, our family's ready to help yours. Generations Physical Therapy and Snap Fitness. Multiple services, multiple locations. Experience you can count on.
And welcome back to the Sports Arena. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let me just go ahead and just update those who might be just joining us right now. This is where we currently are at with regards to the AFC East, our predictions for both the New York Jets and the New England Patriots. Let me go ahead and get the entire crew back in here. We got our girl Megan Price from the Sip Off, Ty Ray from the Say What Say It Again Sports Talk Show, my brother Mr. Alex Fleming, Fantasy and Flavors, and the Florida Sun Review, and the 2 gentlemen who I'm sure are not going to let any of us get a word in edgewise for the rest of the show this evening. Believe in the Pac-12's Michael Carrot-Snudo, and repping Miami, Mr. John Shear, Sideline Sports Network. All right, here we go.
Ty, did you really say the Jets are going to go 2-15? 2-15?
That is what he said.
I'm waiting on the question.
I'm saying that is the question. You really think that the Jets, with all their additions, with a better coach, are going to go the same record basically that they did last year?
Oh.
That's his answer. Good. I'm glad he got called out, but he's in the championship. All right.
If I can quote Megan Price, she did in fact say.
Man, hey, look, and say what, man? All we know about is winning, man. You know what I'm saying? That's all we know about. I don't know nothing else.
They know the eye test.
All right.
Eye test, not stats.
All right, gentlemen, here we go. And our
is that
girl
Ray
Megan
Finkel's
Price.
jersey? Because that's the only Miami Dolphin player I know.
Next Super Bowl champion.
Ray Finkel? That's Ray Finkel? Finkel jersey?
Ray Finkel! It's Einhorn. It's Einhorn.
Baby.
Gentlemen, if you will allow me, please, I'm going to pull up Miami's schedule really quick so y'all can see what's going on. Presented by Publix here.
17-0.
The Miami Dolphins schedule.
Yeah, okay.
Miss
like
Megan Price.
$5,000.
I'll pull that back up one more time.
Yes, sir.
4, 5, 6.
Oh, you counting now? Okay.
Ooh, okay. All right.
All right. Miss Megan Price, please, the Miami Dolphins, please give us your assessment and what you think is going to happen with this team. And the rest of y'all, be quiet.
I think Miami's going to do well. I have them finishing 10-7. I think that first stretch is going to be kind of tough for them, though. I have Buffalo taking the first matchup. I have Tampa Bay winning. I have the Colts winning. And then I have a 4-win streak from 6 to 9. I do think they lose against Baltimore. And I think they lose against the Jets late in the season. And I think they lose the last week to the Patriots.
So 10-7 for Miss Megan Price. Alex Fleming, Miami Dolphins, sir. What do you think?
You know, this is all depending on Tua. I got Tua winning 8 games because his ass just can't seem to stay healthy. Don't know about that hip. And John Shear was slick last week because he mentioned, hey, Tua beat the Rams. No, he didn't. Defense had a touchdown. Special teams had a touchdown. He threw one touchdown, and I believe Gaskin ran in for one touchdown. So Tua didn't do much of anything. He had horrible stats in that game. But people are overlooking week 6, the London game in Tottenham Hotspur against Jacksonville. If you haven't been paying attention, these two teams don't like each other. It's almost like a Florida rivalry because we don't even need to talk about the Tampa game. That's a handwritten ass whipping. I'm sorry. That's an ass whooping for Miami. I'm not even going to mention that Tampa game. Back to the London game. I think Jacksonville surprises them in London because coaching matters. Miami has nothing for Baltimore. I'm saying that nicely. They got nothing for Baltimore. And, I mean, do we need to talk about Buffalo? Do we need to talk about Buffalo? 56-26 with most of those points coming in the fourth quarter? All right? I mean, look.
It's one game.
This is Buffalo's division. I'm going to let you two have at it, but anything other than that is uncivilized. Miami has to beat New England the last week of the season in order to get into the playoffs. I have them with Megan Price 10-7.
Tyree, say it again. Talk to me about this team, please.
Say what? Say it again.
Say it again.
See, this is, I'm a little confused. And the reason why I'm a little confused is my man a little too hype off of last year. And the thing I don't understand about last year is, let me read off the wins last year. I'm going to take a little trip down memory lane. They beat Jacksonville last year. They was terrible last year. They beat us last year. Man, we had so many injuries I can't even count. They beat the Jets. Come on, should I say any more? They beat the Chargers. They wasn't very good last year. They beat the Jets. Come on, man. They beat Cincinnati. Oh, they was terrible. New England, we already know injuries. A lot of people opted out. Las Vegas, they was off and on. The only two wins I can really give them credit for is the Rams and the Cardinals. And they lost to Denver. Come on, man. I think I'm about to go. What'd you say, Alex? You said 8 and what'd you say? 7 and 10?
If you were paying attention.
He said,
I was paying attention, but you said like 50,000 things.
He said 10-7. This is my second cup. Can we come on now?
You said 10-7?
Shout out to the sip off.
Whatever. See, this is I'm perplexed because whatever I pick, I'm going to have to hear Chuck's mouth all year. I'm gonna go 9-8.
9-8. You got them as a winning record.
I think the Patriots finished better than them.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to take the rest of us off the screen because I'm going to allow these two gentlemen to have their moment. Michael Caratanudo, I'm going to allow you to go first since you are talking Buffalo, and then Mr. John Scheer, I will give you the opportunity to rebuttal. Gentlemen, I'm going to pop in and out just to let y'all know we do have a time limit on this show, but I'm going to give you the reins for a moment here.
Wait, am I giving you Miami's record or am I just going to Buffalo?
No, you're going to give me Miami's record, sir, but it's going to be just you and John. All right.
Did Megan get to go?
Yes.
She went? Okay.
Yes, Megan.
You already forgot that.
10-7.
There you go.
Ty, do you pay attention?
No, I don't.
All right. Mike, the floor is yours, sir.
All right. Miami, look, they did okay in the draft. I mean, they didn't have any 4th, 5th, or 6th round picks, but all right, I'll give them Jalen Waddle. It's not going to do anything real. I mean, it'll be good, but again, now it's NFL corners, not the bottom half of the SEC pathetic corners that he faced. That being said, week 1 against New England, I'm kind of leaning with Eric as much as I despise New England. He wants to get that game. And then week 2, obviously Buffalo owns them. They beat Vegas. Indy, that's tough. Tampa probably beats them. Jacksonville, I see what Alex is saying. I agree because they do play very well over in London when they're drinking tea with the Queen. They'll kill Atlanta. They'll lose to Buffalo. They'll kill Houston.
Mr. Caratanudo, if I can interrupt you real quick. We can't see your face. The world needs to see you, brother.
Oh, sorry.
As you speak this. Okay. There you go. Thank you.
So anyway. Right. So they kill Houston. Yeah, they got nothing on Baltimore. The Jets, okay. They could beat actually that game's in New York. So I'll give that to the Jets. Carolina, they should beat. The Giants, I would hope they would beat. They beat the Jets, lose to New Orleans. That Tennessee game, I don't know. Depending on injuries, where Tennessee's at. So I'll go 9-8. I'll be generous with the Dolphins. I'll go 9-8. Alex made a great point. Tua didn't finish too many games, and the games he did, his numbers weren't great. He's going to have to prove it. If he proves it, maybe they get better. They're still not better. I mean, New England, with everything they brought back and the money they spent, top to bottom of the roster, they're not better than the Patriots. They're definitely top to bottom, not better than the Bills. So that leaves them better than the Jets and fighting for their playoff lives that last week, unfortunately, against New England.
Fair
so
enough.
I go 9-8 because I'm just not impressed with what Tua did last year because he didn't do much. Alex is right.
All right. Mr. John Scheer, this is your team, sir. So you are an analyst and you are someone who I truly respect and does know the X's and O's of this game. But I know that there's a soft spot for the Miami Dolphins in your heart. So as best as possible, sir, I'm going to ask you to try and be unbiased and give us a realistic expectation for what you feel your Miami Dolphins are going to do this year, sir.
All right, so low, the expectation has to be back to 10 wins. You won 10 games last year. The roster's better this year. You got rid of Chan Gailey. You have duo offensive coordinators, however you want to say that. I've never seen two offensive coordinators sharing the same duties, but that's going to happen. Brian Flores is in his third year. He won 5 in his first year with the tanking team that had no talent at all. He won 10 games last year with nothing but rookies, nothing but guys on new deals. That's impressive. This year, he finally gets an opportunity to put himself over the top, get himself in the playoffs. So minimum has to be 10 wins. You can't go backwards. The goal should be 12 wins. You get an extra game. Normally, it would be 11 wins. You probably could say off of this team, but with the extra game, you probably can go and get 12 wins. So the expectation should be 12-5. Winning the Division 1 game over Buffalo is what should happen. Beating the Patriots at home. They'll have a 1-game lead over Buffalo going into that last week of the regular season. They'll beat the Patriots as they always do in Miami, and they'll win the division outright. That's how it should pan out. 2 games better than what they were the year before. It's fair expectations with a 17-game schedule.
Eric,
so I'm going to say 12-5.
Is this a Sports Arena comedy hour?
So, Mr. Scheer, you're saying 12-5. Is that what I'm understanding?
Yeah. So you said expectations. You can't go backwards. Yeah. So I'm going to say 12-5 is what they should go. The team got a lot better. The rookies to a second year. The offensive line had 3 rookies last year. Those guys are on their second year. Got an offensive lineman, I believe, in the third round, who was fantastic. The guy looks like Mr. Incredible, if you ever see The Incredibles. So the team just got better, and they might get Melvin Ingram tonight. I mean, before the show ends, they might get Melvin Ingram. I mean, that guy's a stud. Imagine adding that guy with Jalen Phillips and Christian Wilkins and all those guys on the D-line. Like, how? I mean, that's scary. That's scary if you ask me.
Simple as that. Winning the division.
Simple as that.
12-5, winning the division.
Best defensive backs. They got McCourty off the Patriots. They just got McCourty a couple weeks back off the Patriots. That's a great pickup.
No, it's Ice T, dude.
Arizona.
It's Arizona T, man.
He's bragging on
them
so
hateful, Ty.
He's bragging on them Suns beating your Lakers. That's what he's doing.
No, Ty. I'm not talking trash. I just want to know first, since he's talking about Miami real quick. Oh, how great do those Heat look? Oh, yeah, they're going to beat the Bucks.
I have to give the Bucks their props.
Talking basketball,
the Bucks scored
gentlemen.
46 points in the first quarter off hitting all those threes.
Let's get to the real champs. Let's get to the real champs.
Can I give my pick, Mike?
Yeah. I'm sorry. I thought you did, Eric. I'm sorry.
No, I didn't. No.
Oh, I thought you did. My bad.
When I look at this schedule for Miami, I have to agree with John Scheer. It is about the expectation that is put forth not only by Brian Flores, but by Tua to be better. So to translate from 5 to 10, there is already a level of, we expect the Miami Dolphins, even with a 17th game, to be in the wild card. And that's what I said previously. I think Miami is going to have some gutsy games, some games where it's going to come down to Tua to be that fourth quarter comeback guy, or the defensive side to get that final stop and put the nail in the coffin. But looking at this schedule, what I see is you have games such as a New Orleans Saints with, as Mike, your point was spot on, my brother. Sean Payton is still the head coach. Now, we all hope that it's Jameis Winston, but the fact of the matter is they have to be able to pull it out. You've got Tennessee. And depending on where Tennessee is, as far as trying to sew up their AFC South crown, which I don't see them doing it this year. That's just my opinion. And to all the Tennessee Titan fans, you know what? Hey, sorry. You have Derrick Henry and you have Ryan Tannehill. When you get a better defense, then come talk to me. But until then, you're behind the Colts. You got a problem with it? It's my opinion. Deal with it. Opinions are like booty holes. Everybody got one.
So you want to bring that schedule up?
Sure, I can bring it up, please.
Because I'll run down what they're going to win once you're done talking.
Okay. My point is, when I look at this, and I'll pull it back up for you, John. When I look
did all
at
that
this,
talking and didn't pick.
I didn't pick.
I just want to show you what I think.
Oh no,
I just
John
want to show you what I think. How we're going to get to 12 wins.
John's going to say with the 5 wins.
Y'all got to do it. I'm going to do it.
But my stretch is, I think Miami, like I said, is going to have to fight to get in. I am going to give Miami the nod just because I got to see what Cam is able to do working with all the weapons that he didn't have last year and that defense. So I will give Miami the nod and say Miami goes 11-6, but it's going to be, they are going to be a battle-tested 11-6. John, really quick, because then we do have to go to Buffalo, but I'm going to pull the schedule up. Please give me your thoughts on the 5 losses that you think your Miami Dolphins are going to have.
Yeah, so they're going to win the first game in Buffalo, lose the second game. They're going to lose to the Colts and Buccaneers back-to-back, lose to the Ravens, and then they're going to go and lose to the Saints on Monday Night Football in New Orleans. That's going to be their 5 losses.
Okay, here's the funny thing, Eric. I just re-looked at that first 5 games. Literally, talent-wise, I think Vegas, they could be 1-4 after 5, and I think the only game they would be favored
Vegas isn't good.
Yes, that's the only game they'd be favored in against Vegas. Buffalo's going to crush them. New England, I think, will beat them at home. Buffalo crushed them. They beat Vegas. Indianapolis, what do? Oh, they run the ball and they play defense and they punch you in the mouth. And okay, good luck with that. And then you get Tampa, who, like Alex said, is going to absolutely demolish them. So there's games through week 5. You could be 1-4 behind the 8 ball. But all right, yeah, they're gonna be better than Buffalo. Okay. I just wanted to get
they'll even out Buffalo in this isn't a season series. That's what they're gonna do.
All right, let me get Mr. Fleming in here as we get to the last team in this division. It is a team that is on the rise, on the come up, and arguably the team that is going to essentially win this division. It is, in fact, the Buffalo Bills. Here is their schedule. Mr. Fleming, I want to go to you first, sir. Give me your thoughts on this team because I know you have some inside information when it comes to Buffalo and Bills mania.
I just want to know if Tyree's hurt because after Michael said something about the Lakers, he hasn't been the same.
No, that was John.
That was John? Oh, okay. See, nobody gives love for that mental midget LeBron. Anyway, nobody circles the wagons like the Buffalo Bills. I tried to warn you cats last year. Some of y'all thought I was crazy. All of those punks in the AFC Trash Talk division who had something smart to say, they moved around like Raid because I was spraying their asses. They didn't have nothing for me once Buffalo did what they did. Take a good look at that schedule. You see this face? You see this face?
That's the ugliest face I've ever seen. That Josh Allen face.
W. Third one, W. Fourth one, W. Fifth one, L. Sixth one, revenge. Seventh one, W. Do you not remember the ass whooping that Buffalo be putting on Miami? I just want to ask. I really just want to ask. You really have to look at the Tampa game, the Colts game, and that last Patriots game because the Patriots are going to give them their best punch. I see this Buffalo Bill team with the expert Brandon Beane, the burglar, getting all types of talent in places that people don't even know about. Gregory Rousseau was supposed to be in Tampa. The running game's been fixed. They have more offensive linemen. Oh, and by the way, fantasy alert, Quentin Morris, big tight end, moves like a wide receiver. They've been lacking at the tight end spot. Not anymore. Pick him up late in your fantasy drafts. Ladies and gentlemen, if it wasn't for Tampa, this team would go 13-4.
That would be your second favorite team.
I'm going to say 13-4, 12-5. They win the division in a landslide.
Okay, Mr. Fleming, as always, I cannot let you go one way or the other. You have to give me 13-4 or 12-5. Feet to the fire, sir. Final answer.
13-4.
Fair enough. Miss Megan Price, please. Buffalo Bills.
I do think it's the Buffalo Bills division to win. I completely agree with Alex that Week 11, the Colts game is the game to watch. And I actually have Buffalo coming out with the W on that one, but it's going to be a really tough game. I think that they lose once to Miami, and I think they lose once to the Patriots. Tampa Bay, that's a loss. Kansas City, that's a loss. So I'm going to go
my hero.
12-5.
12
There we go.
5.
Well, I
Mr. Caratuno?
12-5.
Okay, Alex stole my tight end right there because that is a great sleeper fantasy pick. So thank you, Alex. First of all, Josh Allen. I've heard things that, he went from 52% completion percentage up to 70% this year. 52 his rookie year, and then 58, now up to 70. Okay, he's not digressing. He's getting better. The only thing that drives me crazy is he is big, he is strong, and when he runs, he does want to punish people. He needs to get down a little bit, knock on wood, avoid injuries. That offensive line that Alex talked about, Deion Dawkins, left tackle, re-signed. John Feliciano, left guard, re-signed. Mitch Morse, under contract. Chad Ford, under contract. Darrell Williams, re-signed. That offensive line was nasty and sick last year. Then let's get to Stephon Diggs, who some people think that he's just going to regress. He's going to regress because,
400 less yards.
That's what the best receivers in the leagues do. Okay, Zip. That's what the best receivers in the league do. Yeah, I got his stats.
About 1,000 yards and 1,100 yards.
I am talking. Zip it, Miami. Zip it, because you're not. It's
blow
not
the whistle if you got it, man. God dang.
It's not 1972. So Stephon Diggs is a rookie. 52 receptions, 720 yards, 4 touchdowns. His next season, 84 receptions, 903 yards, only 3 TDs. Okay. Then he starts not really liking Kirk Cousins, Eric's non-favorite quarterback, which I can understand. 64 receptions, 849 yards, and 8 touchdowns. And then his last year with Kirk Cousins, second to last year, 102 receptions for 1,021 yards. Then he did drop off reception-wise. He had 63. But his yards went up by over 1,130 yards, led the league in yards per reception. But he's going to digress because all of a sudden he just got bad. Last year,
who got Diggs?
Who got Diggs? Love you, Alex. 127 for 1,535, led the league in both receptions, yards, and yes, did have 8 touchdowns. The offensive line is better. But let's get to their schedule because delusional people seem to think that with that offensive line, they're going to step off. The Steelers, Eric, you know how I feel. It'll be way too early in the season. If the Steelers do get better, we all know Mike Tomlin can coach, but if they do get better, it'll be later. They beat the Steelers. They beat the Dolphins. Washington, can't put points up. Their defense will make it tough. They beat them. The Texans might not cross midfield. I'd be willing to bet everybody on here, let's see, $2 each, that the Texans don't cross midfield. So they beat the Texans.
I'll take that bet.
Well, that's $2 each. So if the Texans actually cross midfield, then I owe you $2.
What I'm gonna do with $2?
So what if
why don't you
quick
kickoff
team crosses midfield?
Anyway, I'm just saying I don't have millions of dollars, but it's $2 each.
King.
There you go.
Sandwiches where? You seen the prices lately?
At Burger King, they got the dollar menu.
$1.
All right. Anyway. Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
You could be a king like LeBron.
There you go.
Then you got to flop.
At Kansas City.
All right. Stop with the LeBrons tonight, okay?
Yes,
no more LeBrons. The next person who mentions LeBron, I am muting your microphone. You have been warned.
Okay. So Kansas City, that's at Kansas City is Sunday night game. I think Buffalo wants revenge. It'll be a close game. I'll lean towards Kansas City on that. They crush Tennessee. They go on the bye. They come out of a bye rested, and they demolish Miami. No problem. They beat Jacksonville. They beat the Jets. The Colts game, Megan, I'm totally with you. Look, from the playoff game last year, I mean, they're literally one play away because of what their defense did, and the Bills' defense in the end made the play. I think the Colts do get the victory there. But again, you could flip a coin, in my opinion, on that game. The Saints game, I think, will be that's a Sunday night game, so that'll be close. But I think the Bills get the win. They beat because they love the prime time. That's back-to-back primetime games. Then they beat New England on Monday night. Tampa. I'm going with Buffalo there because everybody's gonna be talking Tampa. I go with Buffalo there.
Drug tested.
That's fine. Oh, yeah. Okay. Because, hey, guess what? Guess what? The offensive line healthy, they can block. Anyway, Carolina, they beat Carolina. New England, you know what? It's at New England late in the season. I hate to say it, Eric. I think that's a loss too. Atlanta could beat them, but they won't because Buffalo have 60 points by halftime, Alex. Buffalo have 60 points by halftime, Alex. And then, unfortunately, they beat the Jets again because, well, that game will mean nothing because they already have the division locked up. You know what? I'm going to give that to the Jets just because nobody's going to play. Nobody's going to play for Buffalo because the division will be locked up. So I'll go, you know what? I'll go 14-3.
Yeah, it worked out so well in week 17 last year when you guys had the division locked up, right?
All right, Tyree.
Who cares?
I need you to give me this before I let John Shear go.
I mean, I'm just saying, my man talked for 15 minutes. But, man.
I didn't even hear a loss in there. I'm just saying.
I didn't either, John, but I ain't going to go there. Hey, put the schedule back up for me real quick.
Sure, of course, sir.
And the Jets.
Hey, look, hey, Loth, if y'all watching, can I get a free room? I'm just saying. Oh, man.
Are you a Cowboys fan or a Bills fan?
Who? I don't know. That's what I'm trying to figure out too. You know what I'm saying? Like,
no, I disrespect.
You got people on this panel with more teams than wins last year.
I'm glad the Cowboys and Bills don't.
Like my man, like Jacksonville, Chicago, Tampa Bay. Come on,
now,
man.
Hold up, wait a minute before you go attacking people. Not only do I write for the Buffalo Bills, my dog Mookie Hawkins and I did the 2020 Combine. Watch your lips.
It's the champs' time. Be quiet, all right?
What champ? You ain't champ of nothing. What, champ of Burger King? Hey, send him that $2. He's going to need that for that fake crown, bro.
You can't beat me, Mr. Fleming. You can't beat me. So that's all
that matters. Bro,
all
you
right.
can't even play basketball. You get a heart attack playing me.
Gentlemen, come on now. We got to get through this. Let's go. Tyree, please.
Fleming, you can't beat me. Now put the schedule back up for me, sir, before I was really interrupted. I'm sorry.
I just want to know which one of them's LeBron.
All right. Like I was saying, Mr. Fleming's probably 5'8", talking about he could beat me. All right, anyways. Man, I'm about to go. It's tough, man, because I don't want to go 13-4. I'm going to go 12-5.
All right, 12-5. Mr. John Shear.
Hey, schedule the basketball game. He ain't got enough laps for me, bro. He'll be out of here by halftime.
You too little. You're not beating me.
We are talking football here tonight.
I'll shoot you from the outside.
You don't want to step on the football field either.
No,
okay.
Nobody on this panel is in my weight division.
John Shear
or my height division.
Because you are heavyweight, bro.
John Shear.
I'm also like 6'5" too. So
okay, John Shear, the floor is yours. Tyree, I will mute you. I'm warning y'all. Somebody gonna get muted tonight. John Shear, Buffalo, please.
All right, you want to bring up that schedule? I'm not going to have them go undefeated like Mike.
Here we go.
I had 3 losses, but Miami fans can't count, so that's good.
All right, they're going to win that Pittsburgh game, lose to us. They're actually going to lose to Washington. They're going to lose that game to Washington week 3. Washington will surprise some people this year, so I'm going to get Washington that dub. Obviously, that Texans game, that's, you know that. KC, easy, that's an easy loss for them. They'll go to Tennessee. Tennessee's overrated. They'll beat us at home because we'll split. They'll whoop Jacksonville, Jets. They'll lose to the Colts, beat the Saints, beat the Pats, lose to the Bucks. I don't know how you got them losing to the Bucks, but beating the Pats. I have no idea. They'll beat the Panthers.
You're right. You have no idea.
They'll lose to the Falcons. You know what? They're going to lose to the Falcons right there before the end of the season. They're going to lose a surprise game, and then they're going to win their final.
See, this is a problem. That's why, look, I love the Cowboys, but I can admit when they're going to lose. They're gonna beat you. They're gonna
hold on.
have
You can admit the Cowboys are
they're
gonna
have 60 on the Falcons by halftime.
How does that make sense?
Okay,
no,
John, what was your final record, sir? I'm sorry.
Go back on that.
Let's hear
it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 losses.
Oh, but they're going to
6.
digress. So Miami's the only team that's going to improve from 10-6. But Buffalo's going to go from 13-3 down because Sean McDermott doesn't know how to coach because, he's one of the nastiest coaches in the league, but he don't know how to coach. And now they got Robert Salah in the division. But Brian Flores is Bill he's like the Harry Potter sorcerer of the division.
When the Panthers went
Bill Belichick and beat him.
John talking crazy
Panthers
like
went
Tyrus
15
over
and 1?
here. Where the hell you find 6 losses at?
Hey, you love saying my name. Yeah, you love
understand that. But where do you find
saying my name? Say that.
Like
say
for real,
say
some of y'all are delusional.
He's a Dolphins fan. I think
gentlemen,
look, Stephon Diggs will regress.
Okay.
He'll regress.
Only your team will improve. Goodbye. Love y'all. Goodbye. Hi, Megan. How are you? I'll bring them back in a minute. They need to have a cool off period really quick because I can bring Alex back because Alex was okay. Surprisingly, my man Alex was chill tonight, brother. I love you. For real, man. You handle your business tonight. So
some of them are just talking crazy, bro.
I got you. All right. Let me get my pick in and then we can wrap this up. I mean, goodness gracious. So here we go. If everybody can just calm down for a minute, please. Thank you. When I look at this Buffalo Bills schedule, here is what I see. I see a team that truly is on the rise. We know what they did last year in the AFC Championship game against Kansas City. And the fact that Stephon Diggs was the only player to remain on that field after that game is his fuel for this season. Say what you want about Josh Allen and the fact that the Bills are just key pieces away. Stephon Diggs has more heart than a lot of guys in the league today. And I fully expect there are going to be a couple of games where we are going to see Stephon Diggs at his best. Now, I remember in previous shows, I said there were going to be games that I was circling. I'll pull up the schedule one more time because I want to talk about those games. The first one being, Mike, to your point, the Washington football team. We know what Josh Allen and Stephon Diggs and even that slot guy who came from your team, Cole Beasley, can do. That defense, though, is going to be – the defense is going to have – the Buffalo Bills defense, in my opinion, is going to have an easier day than the Buffalo Bills offense because I really feel like Chase Young and Ron Rivera are going to impress a lot of people. So that game is a game that I have circled. Of course, when you play the champs, Buffalo wants to go out there and remind them, you may have got us once, but you won't get us again. I'm actually going to give that game to Buffalo. Shocking, maybe not. The trap game against Atlanta. I like what you said about that, Mike, but I don't think so because it's too late in the season. Had this been, if you would have flipped it and you would have put that game like after Indianapolis or maybe even after Tampa, I would have said that might have been a trap game. But I think at week 16, by that point, you say Buffalo's not going to play their starters week 17. If the schedule goes in their favor, they might not play starters against Atlanta or the Jets. So the losses that I see are, I see one against the Washington football team. I see one against the Miami Dolphins. I see one against the New England Patriots. Of course, until someone beats the champs and Tom Brady, because Tom Brady knows how to beat Buffalo, I got to give them that loss to Buffalo. But here is the one that I think some people are going to call me crazy on. And I think the only person who will say I don't need to be drug tested is Alex, because I actually believe that the Jacksonville Jaguars, midway through the season, are going to beat the Buffalo Bills. So I actually do have Buffalo at 12-5. Those are my 5 losses for them. But Buffalo is on a mission to right the wrong that has happened to them. And I think that that's what we're going to see this season. And of course, when you've got, in my opinion, the second best wide receiver in the league, he is going to ball out like it's nobody's business. Yes, John Shear, I said it. DeAndre Hopkins, number 1, Stephon Diggs, number 2.
Who got Diggs, by the way? Happy birthday to Josh Allen. He's a Gemini as well. He turned 25 this Friday. Shout out to Mookie Hawkins, somebody who actually has some football knowledge and isn't a bandwagon guy. You know, he lives in Buffalo. He's not an LA fan.
It's all downhill from 25.
Shout out my birthday.
All of those cats that are doubting the Buffalo Bills, please say something sideways, because I'm going to enjoy writing about them all year.
I was getting ready to do that to end our show, Miss Megan Price. I want to show a lot of.
You're shouting out Josh Allen, but not me. You know me.
No. Yes. Shout out to our girl 806 in the Ziploc. This young lady in less than a year has done so much. She's gone from being a part of the NFL carousel to hosting 2 of her own shows in 806 Sports and the Sip Off. She actually does also cover the Dallas Wings. This girl is doing a lot. So remember the name because you're going to be hearing it a lot. That is Miss Megan Price. Happy birthday to you, Megan.
Thank you so much.
Oh, happy
You're
birthday.
welcome.
Thank you.
So one last time for our viewing audience, and thank you everybody for chiming in here tonight on the Sports Arena. Here are our picks for the AFC East from start to finish. We will see how everything plays out. So for all of us at the Sports Arena, I have to say this. The next time we are live, since everybody wants to throw shade on the division that everybody is calling the NFC least, Mike Caratanudo, Megan Price, and myself are going to remind y'all whether you love us or you hate us.
Came on screen.
I know he had to come on screen for this. Whether you love us or you hate us, you will never forget us because we may be the worst division in the NFL, but we are the most relevant division in the NFL because whether we're winning or we're losing, you're still talking about us.
Yes.
Get ready for that one, ladies and gentlemen. Next week, the Sports Arena does tackle and give you, I will be real with my picks on the Philadelphia Eagles and the rest of the NFC East. For Ty Ray, say what, say it again. Mike Caratanudo, Believe in the Pac-12. John Shear, Sideline Sports Network. Alex Fleming, Florida Sun. And our girl, Miss Megan Price. Your man, Eric Wilson, for the Sports Arena. Everyone have a great night. See ya.